Hi, I'm Tim, and I'm here to tell you about another great product from GetTheBucket.com. Today we're going to talk about fire. Fire is essential to preparedness. I have 4 children. When you think about what kids need, they need to eat, they need clean water, and they need heat. When little babies are cold, they cry, and I don't want to hear them cry. So fire is essential. And GetTheBucket.com Grab and Go Foods food storage has some great products. Today we're going to tell you about Instafire. It's probably the best one they have. It comes in a couple ways. It comes in a pouch, it comes in a bucket. It has a 30-year shelf life, so it'll last as long as your food. And trust me, if you haven't figured something out by 30 years, you have problems. It also comes in a pouch. What it is a combination of volcanic rock and wood chips pressed together with paraffin wax. This is genius stuff. It's, a lot of people want to think of it as tinder. It's not fair to call it tinder. Tinder doesn't burn for 15 minutes and won't light a wet log. This stuff will. So it's more like kindling on steroids, so to speak. You can get it wet, it'll still light. You can drop it in snow, it'll still light, and yet it's stable enough you can actually carry it lit in your hand. Now there are a few different ways you can light this stuff, and I'm going to demonstrate some of those right now. So this is the pouch. I just want to point out, this pouch has enough to burn for 15 minutes. Not always necessary. If a log was wet, I use the whole pouch. Today I have dry wood. I'm just going to use a little bit of it. Now normally you're not going to want to light a fire indoors. Intuitively you don't think you would, but today we kind of want to simulate if there was a winter, it was wet, it's raining outside, I want to get the fire going and then take it out to the main fuel source out there. So today I've torn open this little bag here, and like I said before, I'm just going to use a little bit of it. Just going to probably use a little less than half the contents of that pouch. Going to put it in the middle. I'm going to start it on this plank because it's safe, and then I'm going to take it outside to my fire. So there are a lot of ways you can light this. I've got a box, pardon my box, it's a little busted. Strike anywhere matches are great. My favorite way to start fire is actually a torch. But you run out of matches eventually. You don't always have access to a torch. So I'm going to use my my little pocket fire starter here. It's made by Light My Fire. It's their army version. Comes with a striker. This is a ferric oxide rod. People want to call this flint and steel, but it's not actually made of flint. I've processed some old, just 2x4 remnants from a construction site. I chopped them up with an old rusty hatchet. Nothing high-tech required. You can see these little logs are the pressed wood chips, and the green bits are the volcanic rock. So it doesn't look like much, but it very quickly will, with the right application of the fire starting tool. Oh, it's lit. Yep. Good thing about this rod is much like the kindling or the Instafire here, you get this wet, it'll still light. You can submerge this in water, pull it out, you can still scratch up enough sparks to get your kindling, or your Instafire rather, lit, and then you can start stacking your wood around it. And it'll get all this wood going in no time. Take it outside, put it in my little fire pit. I've got kind of a dedicated spot for fire in my yard. I recommend you do the same if you intend to. Now I've used half the pouch. If the whole pouch will burn for 15, I can only imagine this will burn for 7. I am not concerned about this wood getting lit. In fact, this fire's starting to get big enough. I want to move it outside. I got my little fire pit here. Got it from Home Depot for 50 bucks. It's a good investment. My processed construction 2x4s. Just gonna build a little log cabin around it. Let that get going, and we'll cook something for you. But I mean, the Instafire is still the primary reason this is burning. I didn't use any newspaper, none of the normal things you'd use to start a fire. Just Instafire 2x4s and an old rusty hatchet, and we are in business. We'll come back when that fire's ready and we'll cook something for you.
Hi, I'm Becky from Grab and Go Food Storage. Instafire is one of our many products you can check out at getthebucket.com.